Okay, Genevieve. I think my strongest design for the full box was block two. We'll take a look at that. Things that got out of hand beginning with block three. When I try expanding the amount of weight size because of the lack of repetition and flow design, that's good. That's good observation. I'll talk about that as well. Once I add the image to the card, I really struggle with the hierarchy of the text, and you can see how things get more complex once we start adding images. Good point. I see some areas that I could have improved in the image code grabbing. Kerning and tracking was left as due to lack of time. By Sunday, I hope to fix these things. I appreciate it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look, Genevieve. I've got your work. Here's your work right here. Okay, so I think you're doing something smart. Basically, what you're doing is you're adding a good padding here. So this is indicate the margins here indicate that you're using a like common grid. So that's excellent. Now, in the first composition, we're looking for what? We're looking for no contrasts in size or weight, and all hierarchy based on grouping. And this is excellent. But right now, my recommendation is to create only two groups. Right now, you've got basically, it gets four groups. But these are offset in a way that doesn't make sense. So what my recommendation is, since this should be first position in hierarchy, that's the subject, right? And these are all descriptions of the subject. My recommendation is to take this text right here, move it down to it so it's the same distance between this, and this. Okay, so just move that down, increase the space between the title and the first description, thereby creating hierarchy in placement, placing first position in hierarchy on the title and an even hierarchy through the descriptions. And what that's going to do is that's going to create hierarchy based on first position being the title of the card, the name of the card, right? Now, in the second composition, we are looking for one new size and one new weight. Now, you've added one new size and one new weight. So, but basically, I see that this is bold. It looks to be a little bit bigger, but you've also added weight here, and it doesn't really make sense to add weight randomly. It really doesn't. It's like, for instance, you're saying, if we were to read this and with emphasis on engine, we're saying 327 cubic inch small block V8 engine. But why? Why should there be emphasis on that? Or here, M3 transmission, 300 horsepower. It doesn't make sense since those are all related to emphasize one word. My recommendation here is this. What I would do is I would just remove the bold from these, right? Decrease the space between these, set these up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the group, bring those down here, increase the space between headline and these, and then just increase the size of Chevy Corvette. That will suffice the requirement of increased contrast, one new size and one new weight will be covered in just the title, okay? And then again, you're really close to the bottom margin there. Make sure your margins are established and equal in all four compositions. Now, in the third composition, we were looking for multiple weights in multiple contrasts in weight and scale. But again, you're seemingly randomly placing emphasis on individual words, okay? Where it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do that. Typically, what you want to do is you want to emphasize subjects and not individual words. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm going to give you some examples in a second, but in the fourth composition, we have a little bit of an issue because again, you're placing emphasis on individual words. Okay, so it's 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. Do you see what I'm saying? And instead of 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, you're emphasizing one word or phrase in that group of words, and that doesn't really make sense. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Let me know if it doesn't, because it's really a critical factor. In this, we also see that the car is only bleeding in one spot. Plus, you want to crop that. You don't want that. You want to crop that right out there. But this car has to bleed in 2 spots per assignment requirements. Okay, so now what I want you to do at this point is I want you to get to page 101 in the textbook and take a look at the examples on page 101. That's the textbook, right? And take a look. It's a great textbook. I love this textbook. I've had it. I'll tell you what, I use this textbook constantly, and I've been designing for many, many years. It's one of the best typography books I've ever seen, so it's great. But anyways, page 101 shows exactly, so 9 different examples showing how to create emphasis based on contrast in weight and scale. So you definitely want to get some ideas there to apply to your final. It'll really clear things up, I promise you. So definitely want to take a look at that. Okay, great start. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or need any clarifications whatsoever, please let me know. All right, good job. Thank you so much.